Hey guys, so thank you tuning in. In this video, I want to tell you something that is nobody is telling you about vibe coding with or without cursor. Um, so if you are a vibe coder, a beginner, or just trying to build something with AI and you feel like stuck all the time, or do you feel like that is something missing and even AI does not know what it is, then this breakdown may be very much be able to help you. So if you are a skilled programmer, vibe coder, this video will probably not be for you, but if you're a beginner, if you're struggling to make things happen in your vibe coding tech stack, then this video is going to be for you. I will break down for you the complete toolkit you need in order to successfully build and ship digital products with AI using Cursor. Because it is not only Cursor that you need, it is the most important piece of the puzzle, that's for sure, but there are other pieces without which the puzzle is not complete, and so you will not be able to make things happen and make things work properly. So stay tuned and find out the complete tech stack, how to build web apps with Cursor AI. Hi guys, I'm Jan. I'm an AI educator, coach, developer. I run solovibecoder.cc, where I want to teach you how to use AI to build digital products and how to build web apps using Cursor AI. And on solovibecoder.cc, I will publish my first course on this topic, which is right now in pre-sale. So go to solovibecoder.cc and check it out. Also, if you want to get this toolkit that I'm going to be talking about today in a written form, there is a PDF linked in the description of this video. So go ahead, download it. It's completely for free and thank me later. So, okay, let's just jump in. Before I start, kind of good news. All of these tools that I'm going to list out for you are either free with limited features or free with limited capabilities for various features. But until you are learning these tools, you should be perfectly fine with all of these tools in their basic free versions, at least as of January 2026. So the first thing on the list, obviously, is Cursor AI, which is kind of like the brain or the middle brain of your whole tech stack. So go ahead to cursor.ai, head over to their website, create an account, download it, and install it. Then another thing that you will need, and it's not discussed much enough, is Node.js, which is a JavaScript runtime environment. Node.js is simply a tool that lets you run your local server, which is the way how you will be able to check your work in your browser after the cursor writes your code. So you will be able to open the actual browser and see what cursor coded for you. Then obviously you will need GitHub. GitHub is a place where you store your code base. It means that whenever code will cursor generate for you, it needs to be stored somewhere. And GitHub is basically a code storing engine where you store your code in repositories. So with GitHub, you can also learn how to use various branches for development and for production, etc. And also you can learn how to version control your app. There's a bunch of videos out there about it on YouTube, so go ahead and watch those. I might be doing one myself later on. Then again, another thing that is not discussed enough is something called CLI. CLI stands for Command Line Interface. This one allows you to communicate with your desktop machine or various other tools via cursor. It is important because you can run things via cursor. In this way, cursor can hold the whole context of your project. So you can either install it via a regular agent conversation, so you just write cursor to install the CLI, or you can also use the terminal, which is more like the technical approach, but whatever, you can Google it and you can do it as well, or just head over to the cursor documentation and you will find a lot of information about this. Every single app consists of a front end and of a back end. So these terms are kind of developer terms, but you will learn these. But in a nutshell, the front end is the user-facing part of your project, which includes the websites and the pages that the user is interacting with. It has a certain functionality and some kind of a design. Now the back end is the database and the processes behind the front end, basically the logic of your application. So each app needs some kind of a backend, and in my experience, the simplest way for beginners is using a tool called Supabase. Now, it is an all-in-one backend with complete infrastructure right out of the box. It's kind of like the gold standard of modern developer who want to move fast, but there are a bunch of other tools that you can use. First that comes to my mind is, for example, Xano, which comes from a no-code backend, but they kind of shifted towards these AI capabilities themselves. So maybe that could be an interesting variation as well. But in my opinion, Supabase is the simplest way when you want to start out with cursor. Another thing that is tied to this is something called MCP. MCP server. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. Think of it as a USB port for AI to, for example, Supabase, right? It allows you to run migrations in Supabase directly from Cursor by telling Cursor what to do in Supabase. In plain English, it means that you will be able to tell Cursor to create certain kinds of tables with certain kinds of fields and relationships between them. This is especially important because, as I said before, if you do it this way, Cursor has always have the full context of about what is happening inside Supabase, and it can basically fix itself if something is happening. Without this context, Cursor would be forced to just guess what is happening in Supabase and will not be able to create fixes and all the processes as simply as if the MCP is live and working. And then maybe the last thing that you need from this basic toolkit is something for deployment. And again, the one I'm listing out is Vercel, because in my opinion, this is the simplest way or how you can deploy your project. Deployment is basically a process by which you're making your app live, meaning that you are running the app on the internet and users can access it via their devices. Vercel is very simple, very intuitive tool. There is a bunch of tutorials on YouTube, so go ahead, check out those. Someday I will maybe do one myself. And maybe the last thing that is needed is some kind of emailing engine, right? So something like a communication tool. It's a gap between your app and your user's inbox, let's say. If your app leverages emails, which I believe most of them do, for notifications, and if you want these emails to be sent from an email address with your own domain, that you will need some kind of an emailing service like loops.so, resend, encharge, or anything of that sort. So again, go ahead, Google it, and basically you can find out for yourself which is the simplest way to use. These tools are the essentials in my opinion, but other tools you might be using are also AI SDKs, for example. If you want your app to have some kind of AI capabilities, then you need AI SDK. Also, if your app needs payment processing, then you need some kind of a payment processing tool like Stripe or PayPal or something of that sort. And then also you might be using something for testing and monitoring. I believe that these are more advanced concepts, although once you learn to be resourceful enough, you will learn how to engage with the AI. And if you learn to provide the AI with the documentation, it will help you to implement virtually any feature you can imagine. So that's it basically, guys, for today. If there's anything I missed in the video, please let me know in the comments below. I'm very much looking forward. Remember, if you want this toolkit in a form of a PDF, then go to the description and download it for free. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share, and all the stuff that you already know. And see you in the next video. Cheers.